Have you ever been to a kids' sporting event? If you have, you know the scene I'm talking about. And it turns out there's a huge leadership lesson hiding in plain sight there, especially for those of us in the municipal world dealing with all that complexity.
So, picture this. You can almost hear it, right? The squeak of the shoes on the gym floor, the sharp sound of the whistle, that thump of the volleyball. I'm at my daughter's high school game. The place is just buzzing with energy. Parents all around me yelling and cheering.
And you know exactly what the cheers sound like, don't you? Every single time that ball goes over the net, it's the same stuff. Kill it! Ace! Nice play! It's all about that big, flashy finish. You know, the final point, the win, the highlight reel moment. But in the middle of all that noise, I'm yelling something different. Something that kind of cuts through all the other cheers because it's not focused on the big finish at all. Be there. That's it. That's what I yell. And, after one of the games, my daughter finally came up to me. She goes, "Dad, what's with that? Why do you always just yell, be there? Why don't you tell me to get a kill or something?" And honestly, her question gets right to the heart of a really, really important leadership idea. And my answer to her was pretty straightforward. Look, all those amazing plays, the big spike, the perfect block, none of that happens by accident. It's totally impossible if you don't do the first thing first. You've got to be in the right spot. You have to read what's happening, move, and get in position. The boring basics have to happen before the brilliant stuff can. And this is where it connects directly to our work lives, right? It's what I call the highlight reel trap. It's so easy to get caught up chasing those big, flashy wins, and we end up forgetting about all the quiet, behind-the-scenes work that actually makes those wins possible.
So think about this contrast. On one hand, you've got the highlight reel focus. That's the big project launch, the ribbon-cutting ceremony, that awesome bullet point on your performance review. But on the other side, that's the being there focus. That's the unglamorous, nitty-gritty work, the prep, getting yourself in the right position, just being ready. One's the shiny result. The other is the quiet, essential process that gets you there.
Okay, so let's take this idea from the volleyball court and walk it right into the workplace. What does being there actually look like for us as leaders?
And let's be clear, this is way more than just clocking in and being physically in the building. Being there is about building this disciplined mindset of readiness. It's an intentional choice. It's what allows you to jump on that surprise grant opportunity or handle a sudden crisis without breaking a sweat. All right, so how do we actually do this? Let's get practical. I like to think of it as a playbook with 3 key pillars, 3 things that really define what it means to be a present leader. Okay, here they are: mental presence, reliability, and preparation. And I know they sound kind of basic, right? But trust me, mastering these 3 is the difference between just reacting to problems and truly leading from the front. So let's dig into these. Mental presence. That means when you're in a meeting, you are in the meeting. You're actually listening, not just rehearsing what you're going to say next. Reliability, that's your team knowing for sure that if a crisis hits in the middle of the night, you're on it. You're ready. You're not scrambling. And preparation. Yeah, this is the tough one. This is the homework. It's doing the deep dive on that boring report before the meeting so you actually know what you're talking about. So here's the bottom line. It's all about shifting our focus. Before we can even think about the big, flashy wins, we have to get really, really good at the simple act of getting in position. When you think about it, the best leaders, they aren't always the most naturally talented or the most charismatic people in the room. Nope. The best leaders are the ones who have absolutely mastered the quiet art of positioning. They put themselves and their teams in the right place to win time and time again. So I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. Take a look at your own work, your own leadership style. Are you spending all your energy trying to create that perfect highlight reel moment? Or are you focused on doing the hard, necessary work of just being there?